you don't make enough money, bro, and you need to work harder or shush.
But you know the thing is, yeah,
That's what it is.
Yeah, that's painful. New episode out. I hope you like this one. Featuring myself, featuring Gabriel and Wes. Venue 254, 25th. We've got R&B night. It's free. Make sure you come down, come support, come enjoy. Again, it's free. Again, it's free. Again, it's free. So please come down and support.
And I don't say this in a bad way. Being a policeman, working for the ambulance, being a firefighter, all these jobs where we need men. We need male police officers, because if you're a woman trying to capture me, I'm just gonna laugh. I'm just banter, innit? Like, I want to run and stop.
Yeah, you can't get me.
like we need, like, as much as we can complain, we need men in these positions. Like, we need men as firefighters. You know, I don't see women campaigning saying there's not enough women firefighters. You know, why didn't you campaign for that? Because you don't want to be climbing up ladders and pulling people out of burning houses. And we need that. But I was talking to one of my friends the other day in the group, and he was saying roughly what he was on. And he's roughly around the 40k mark as a firefighter. Now, once again, that's probably about 2.7 after tax. By the time, you know, being a family man, you know, he's now trying to find another hustle on the side. And he's genuinely trying to find, I don't want to mention too much, it doesn't make out who he is,
of course, yeah.
He's genuinely going to train to do something so that he can have a top up of his money. And the problem now is that the London living wage, what you're earning in London, we're basically in a third world country with amenities. Because when you go to Nigeria, a lot of these people are just surviving. They can pay for their bills and that's it. We might have electric and light and better roads and we have the amenities, but you're still broke. There's no, I can't see the difference. And with this 35-year-old, so the story was that there's a 35-year-old and 35k who's basically earning 2,400 after tax. All of his bills and everything comes up to 2,200. So this is the story. He's got £200 left. So when I posted it, everybody was saying for him to move to Kent. Now, he doesn't want to live alone. And I said to him to pick your poison. So we explored moving to Kent, and a one-bed flat in Kent was costing roughly about 900, which is basically £300 less than what he's paying now. But then it's going to cost him £18.50 extra to travel from Kent to London, which works out to be, we calculated at £370 more. It's £370. So it's actually going to cost him more if he moves to Kent to travel. So whenever people say, oh, why do you need to live in London? Why didn't you get the London wage and move outside of London? If you're doing hybrid or you're doing remote work, yes.
Or you're self-employed, yes.
You're self-employed, yes.
Those are many ways it works. But it's crazy because even from back when I was younger, obviously I grew up in a house with a school teacher, so I already knew the wages, so I already knew I was going to be a school teacher from then, even though I was told, oh yeah, you're good with kids. I said, forget that, because remember I used to coach basketball back in them days. And even my teacher, my first school teacher, like in secondary school, my first form teacher, he was trying to encourage me, and I said, let's be honest here, unless I could get to where you are as quick as possible, because he went and was a head teacher at that time, but now he's gone beyond that. I said, unless I could get to where you are as quick as possible, it's not worth my time. Because think about it now, talking about the guy you're mentoring and hearing his story on the reel you posted the other day, I felt sorry for him, because like at the end of the month, when you're stuck with 200 every month, you just think to yourself, it's peak. There's no point going out.
But the funny thing is that, not the funny thing, but that's, I think they call it life dysmorphia. That is the reality
of most men.
People, like, if you're on 35, 40k and you're living by yourself, there isn't much left.
Bro, I see it though every week, because remember, like I always boss joke on Friday, say, right, look, I'm in the gym again doing cardio, but there's like 80 man in the gym at 9-10 p.m. on Friday. Yeah. There's 80 guys in the gym 9-10 p.m. on Friday, and there's like 3 women.
Yeah, they're not going out. The brothers are not going out.
I said, the women are out enjoying, because the brothers ain't got no money.
There's no peas.
That's the reality of it. No, it's the reality.
And there's no peas.
Well, and then I'm just like, when I'm talking to the younger boys and they're explaining, I'm like, you know what, I hear it. Like, I'm like, it's hard. So a lot of them are using the training just to keep their mind balanced and keep themselves in check. And I'm just like,
the reality is that it's tough.
Yeah.
And even when I was breaking down the London living wage, so, you know, what's his name? Sadiq Kant. What's his name? Sorry, Sadiq
Wow.
Khan.
Sadiq
Sorry.
Khan.
Sorry, Sadiq Khan. I'm not even. Sorry.
Yeah, Sadiq Khan.
Sadiq. Was it Sadiq? I don't even pause. I don't even know what it is.
Yeah,
But
it's not even point pausing, right?
But the problem is that they've given a London living wage here of £13.50,
Yeah.
which is roughly 28,000 a year. That's the London living wage, 28,000 a year, which is roughly about 2k after tax. What the hell are you doing with that? And I say this, and I don't say this to undermine or demean what people earn, but the reality of it is that that's the London living wage. It didn't say the UK living wage. That's for London. What are you doing with that?
You know what's crazy, yeah?
2,000, and I don't say this. I'm trying to be as empathetic as possible, but the reality is that what is that?
Basically, they want everyone to be in a couple.
Yeah, you got to partner
You
up
have
and
to
share.
partner up. You have to partner up, but the only way that's gonna work is if she's on the same board as you.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
unless because a lot of what my friends are doing, who are a bit younger, they're just basically getting like a 3-bed house, 3-man move in, and they all know each other and they're cool.
Yeah.
And that's what they're just using to ride their way through. So maybe the thing is to find a guy that you're cool with, maybe get a 2-bed and share together, or you get a 1-bed where the front room is not an open plan kitchen. So then that way it's a lot cheaper. So let's say you've got this, but this is open plan, so it wouldn't work.
Yeah.
But let's say this was not open plan, and say there was a wall here and a door. Then again,
Partition.
technically you could build like a wall here and a door.
Partition.
A partition.
But it's tight.
It's
though.
tight.
It's one of them ones.
Yeah.
You're gonna get up out of bed and boom, you're just gonna hit the wall.
But that's the reality.
That's the reality of it. Yeah.
Like you're gonna have to pick your poison. I think he's got to 35. He's a teacher. For those that don't know, he's actually a teacher, and he teaches in Pimlico. And the problem now is that for him to travel and move to Kent, as everybody's telling him, or move out of London, he might. Let's even say he went to go and rent a room in Kent. That might cost him £6. He's now going to put an extra £370 on top to travel, which is now £970. So he's only now saving what, £230 extra. Is that?
So playing devil's advocate then, and obviously you said pick your poison. I think that's important. So, is it meant to be easy? As a man, when you're kind of coming up through the world, you're learning, you're doing whatever. Like, are you meant to have an easy road? Because my approach to it is you face difficulty to grow and develop.
Yes and no. So in the 1980s, according to the Ons and Statista, the average man was earning 7k a year. The average property was 20k. So within times 3, you basically bought a house.
Yeah.
Now it's times 9. You can't, like, it was easier then.
The economy is different.
Now, if we're talking about 2024, forget it. Like, the majority of people are just pretending, we're just laughing at each other and pretend everything's fine. It's not fine.
It's not fine at all.
No, it's actually, we're living in a third world country with amenities. Because the moment you're working and you've got nothing left, what are you working for? I saw something that was shown in America that by the time, so for instance, if you're on social security, social housing, whatever in America, by the time you've got all of your benefits, you're on a similar salary to someone who's on 49k. So then they were saying you're being incentivized to stay at home. If someone who's going to be earning 49k is on the same salary as me and I stay at home, when I get all of my benefits, I'm going to work.
Why are you going? Yeah. What's the point?
What's the point of going to work?
It's like.
And whose job is it to look after the? Okay, if you paid into the system, you should be able to reap from the benefits of the system. So let's say, for instance, I've paid my taxes, and let's say, for instance, I'm out of a job, or I'm depressed, or whatever the word is. I should be able to reap back out of that system because I've put in. So I'm not against anybody who lives off the state. However, there are going to be some people who fall on the wayside. Whose responsibility is it for those people? And I always say that as much as we complain about social security and people living off the state, what's the alternative? Do you know what chaos would be in this world if they just stripped everybody of what is it called? I went on it during COVID. What's the thing?
The universal credit.
Universal credit.
Yeah.
Just imagine they stripped everyone of their benefits.
Yeah.
Do you know what happened to this country?
You know what the example
No.
is?
Do you know what happened?
No,
You think crime is bad now?
Yeah, it'd be worse.
No. You know what an example of that is?
Go
LA.
Okay, yeah.
LA is like a small example of it. LA will show you exactly what it will turn into.
Yeah. Or just go back to Nigeria. Just go back to your country you're from. Most of the countries where our parents are from, they don't have any social housing, social security.
Yeah. It'll show you. If you don't hustle, you're not gonna survive. But you know, like the other day when you done that video, then I done the video after. and I said examples of what he can do because you said he does have a car.
Yeah.
So some guy wrote in the comments here, in my comment here, he was the only one who was negative to it. He goes, I've actually lost all respect for you tonight. Why not educate yourself and get a profession? Uber Eats is your opinion. You're a joke, man, with no respect for the working man then. Not everyone wants to be a bodybuilder. I said, did you even read the caption?
Oh, he sent that to you?
Yeah.
What
that's crazy.
How did he get to bodybuilder?
I don't know how he got to that. I said to him, did you even read the caption?
Because I don't even look at your body and see bodybuilder. I see tennis player. So how did he even
Andy Murray.
But here the joke. I guess it's hand press. But yeah, when he said that, I was like, right, you didn't even listen to
that's what you said.
To what I said. You didn't listen to the video before that made me make that video, and you didn't even read the caption. Because in the caption, I've explained, use this as a mean to stack extra to get something else, you know what I mean, to invest in yourself. That was the key. So if you ain't got a car, do the little Uber Eats or something, buy a car,
level up,
Uber,
do the Uber,
level up, use Uber to stack, go do a course, level up, or go down the route I've gone down where venue or something else if you're able to do that.
Because the airport runs as well. The airport runs as well.
There you go. Or if you're able to do that, because like, remember, even in the comments I said to you, I know that feeling of when the P's are so low. I don't want to link no one. I said, I don't even get horny. I like when I see man them who are like, doing the whole sexual life and they're going from woman's house to woman's house to woman's house when the money's not coming in. I'm like, I literally rate them because you're able to do what I can't do. You get what I'm saying?
So it's a graft, isn't it?
It's a graft.
It's a hustle. It's a
proper hustle. Like,
each to their own, isn't it? That's what you got to say.
I actually rate it because you're still able to function properly. Whereas me, I just go to a state of I need to figure out what to do next. You get what I'm saying? So like, I proper feel it for him. So when that guy said that, I don't even want. I wanted to be braggadocious and say, do you know I made like 2 bags in like 24 hours? Because I invested in myself. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? From working the business, but I'm like, you know what, have that. You win.
out of curiosity, so the guy you mentioned is a teacher. Do you know how long he's been in the profession for?
I think he's been teaching. So basically, imagine this: he went to uni. Yeah. Studied something else. Okay. Went back. Didn't finish. Then went back to go and study. He did like a PGC or something like that. Yeah. And then obviously became a teacher. So I think he's been teaching 4 years now.
4 years.
Yeah, 4 years now.
Okay. Because like, the reason why I said this is because like I don't feel like it takes as long to solve problems as people kind of take. So So for example, like if I notice money's running low, I'm like, okay, what can I do to fix it? It might take a month to get all the pieces in line, get a job, apply for stuff. But beyond that, I kind of look at it as like, how many times has the problem kind of come up and you've kind of either dismissed it or not given it urgency? Do you know what I mean?
I tell you what it is. I was talking to some other guys, and you're right. I was talking to some other guys yesterday about the same thing, and we always kind of say to someone, just go and retrain. We make it sound easy. Someone said to me yesterday, if everything fell off with you tomorrow, what would you go and do? I said,
You did it during COVID.
Yeah, but that's not. And I don't say this in a demeaning way. Some people don't see that as a profession. So me going to do van driving and delivery was a means to an end. Don't get me wrong. I got mates who do the same thing I was doing. And they earn good money.
Kill it.
They earn good money. So the money for the contract that they're working for is good. Not every delivery driver is earning that. Yeah. So I could go and do that and make a decent living. But when someone asked me, Gabriel, if everything fell off for you today, what would you go and do?
See, I think.
Do you see my point? But same way with you now. If I said to you now, let's just say the camera game. Let me not put it on you. Let's say someone was called.
No, you can because I'm essentially.
No, I'm not putting bad things on.
No problem. No, go for it. Yeah.
Let's someone called Wezina. So some brother called Wezina, some bald guy called Wezina. Yeah. So imagine someone stole all these cameras. Yeah. Okay, and everything went. Stole software, laptop, everything gone. Yeah. And he's like, F this, man. I'm not doing this again. What like? Because this is your passion. This is what you do. You've got this thing. Yeah. Imagine it all went. You probably could figure out something, maybe because you're in the creative kind of scene, you might just focus on your YouTube or focus on TikTok, focus on social media management. You might go on that for 100. The problem is that a lot of people don't actually have something else. They're not as creative.
That's
they don't
the problem.
Know what else to do.
Is because I think for example, let's take you for example, or anyone, some of your skill set, for example. I believe you can put that person into any sort of niche. Let's say I said that person can only do van driving.
Yeah.
Gabrielina can only do van driving. Now, the thing that separates all the van drivers is not the van. Anyone can drive a car, drive a van, but you said it's the contract. So first you learn how to drive the van and do whatever. Then you're like, okay, cool. Like I've got a couple packages here. Let me establish some more routes.
Do you think? Okay, and I say this in a nice way. Do you think everyone's intelligent?
No, but that's
this is the problem. Do you think everyone's creative?
Not at all.
Do you think everyone's got the fire in their belly?
Not at all. But that doesn't stop people
everyone's
from.
Got it.
Not
the fire in the belly is the thing though. So I don't believe you have to be intelligent to make money, because I've seen a lot of idiots that have money, and it's literally a case of they've worked hard, they've stuck to one specific thing for a certain amount of time, and they've seen something or they've met someone that's kind of brought them in. So
down on it.
Yeah, so you can make money just from being in the right place at the right time, and James just being a nice person. But you have to have that motivation to just be out there.
What I need to say though, and make a point, and it sounds very bad, is not everyone has it.
Of course.
Not everyone's going to make it.
Yep.
A lot of people will fall on the wayside. So sometimes you're sort of preaching to the wrong person, they don't have it in them. Like you can't make some. I know it sounds bad, but first of all, you need to know what your desire is, what you want to do.
Yes.
And sometimes when I ask people, what do you want to do, they can't even answer that.
But that's the problem. That's why there's a lot of.
Some people don't know what.
They have to find themselves. But the problem with the way the world is that you're so burdened by like bills and responsibilities and things. You don't have the luxury and the leisure to go out and find out what you actually like.
Exactly, and that's
a massive issue.
Bills, remember, this guy that's only getting £200 after everything. Remember, he hasn't bought a pant.
Yeah.
He hasn't bought boxer. He hasn't bought baby wipes, a blue movie, and oil. He hasn't bought anything.
You're sick.
Like you go into his house with you just see the ceiling.
That's crazy. That's bare wasted energy, bro. Just on man's ceiling.
But you see, like how you say,
what? It's a reality.
I get it.
Well, you see how Gabriel said, he does 60 hours. The other day, I was in Tesco now. There's a woman. She works Tesco like evenings, so like I always go there late, like mad late, to try and avoid bumping into people. So I'm doing my usual 11 o'clock in the night shopping. And I've gone to her and I said, "Right, you work hard?" And she goes, "Yeah, I do, I said, "What time you start today?" She explained she done from 8 to 12. And I said, "Okay, so it sounds like that's the second job." She goes, "Yeah." She averages about 102 hours a week.
Hustler.
I said, how? I said, why?
Do you know how many hours that is?
That's a lot of hours, bro.
That's almost 15 hours. Wait, calculate this.
Bro, I asked her why. She goes, her husband, she has to look after her husband. Her husband used to work.
Yeah.
And,
15 hours a day.
That's a good woman, man.
Her husband used to work and he got, disabled.
Yeah.
So she's like, everything is on her now. You get me? Because before it was him and her paying the mortgage and everything, but she's like, she can't afford to lose
a house and stuff.
Yeah, she can't afford to.
Those are the people I feel bad for.
Bro, because I could see she was tired, and I was like, right. In my head, I was like, right. If I was where I needed to be right now,
you'd help them.
I'd just say, right, stop, can't work for me.
That's why you got out late though. Because if you speak to people and they tell you their problems, it weighs you down. You think about it for the whole day. I get that.
But that's now you get why I go late, so that I don't really bump into a lot of people, because I know how my mind works. Is like, right, straight away. I feel that empathy, so I was like, 102 hours. I said,
15 hours a day.
I said, wow, am I even tough enough to do that? I thought I'm a grinder. No, I haven't done that. I mean,
you got to do what you got to do, and I keep saying that we're in a situation now where it's peak.
Yeah.
And I think people need to understand and wake up that it is peak.
Yeah.
And people are going to have to figure it out somehow. And the only remedy which the government are not going to do is the cost of living is too much. Forget even buying pant or buying avocado, whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's the cost of living in a house.
Avocado, you know how expensive avocado is?
Yeah, the cost of living in a house is expensive. And when you get a pay increase, let's say you get a pay increase next month of 6%, you're going to be happy. The problem is this. Let's say call it 8%.
Sure. Yeah.
If inflation has gone up by 9%, you've not got a pay increase.
I've lost.
People don't understand what's going on here.
This is the thing though, like
it's a mess.
Averages ruin everything. So if you judge things by the averages, like for example, people say, like I've seen a lot online, the average wage in London is 35k. I don't think it is. Because the minimum wage is like 24 grand, maybe 23.
And you remember the average gets outweighed, skewed by the rich.
The people making 250k in the
But what I say is this, I always say to people is this,
Yeah.
Let's even say we forget the aunts and the sister. Let's say we forget all of those things because stats can be skewed. Because if we've got 3 people here right now, let's say you're on 200k.
Yeah.
Let's say Chiz is on 190.
Yeah.
And I'm on 30.
Yeah.
They're gonna average.
The average in this room.
The average is maybe 190.
Yeah.
When I'm not saying 190.
Yeah.
But I will say this: look in your communities. Look at the people around you.
Yeah,
I know this can be skewed too because let's say all your friends are bankers, then you're going to be like, well, all my friends are earning money. But let's just take the 10, 20 people around you from different walks of life.
Yeah.
And you may not know what they earn, but you can kind of, I know you can't visually see it, but we can tend to get a gauge of someone's lifestyle, even though they could be faking it.
Yeah.
They're probably on that.
Well, you know what I like that.
Maybe.
You think of like just 10 random people you know.
Yeah.
And don't look at the clusters.
Yeah.
And don't look at someone who's self-employed.
Yeah.
We tend to talk about the employed. Let's talk about the employed.
Yeah.
How many people, when they say, they usually give it 10%, 5% and 1%. They say 1% is on 100 bags and over. They say 5% is on 80k and over. 80k, sorry. And then they say the 10% is on 50k. So there's going to be that whole 90% on below 50. Yeah. How many people would you say do you know that's on that 50k salary?
50k, I probably know maybe 2 people employed.
Okay, and you got to remember this: a lot of public servants are not seeing that money. So public servants are being people who work for the government. They get paid by the government. So people like firefighters, ambulance, police, civil servants. Some of them.
So that's like 40, 35.
Teachers, for instance, this guy's a teacher, on 35. Obviously, not all teachers are on 35. Some are more, some are less. That's like the general. Unless you're maybe a doctor, a lawyer, a barrister in the STEM fields, those specialist fields you tend to earn more. If you're in finance, but the average person, and I hate using averages, but I'm looking at people. I'm just looking at the circle of people I know. I've got some who are that far and some who are that far. There's not many that far, and the more people I'm meeting in those who are that far, it can skew my brain because now I'm like, okay, it feels normal. And I say a lot of people have a life that's normal for you. Just look at because you're seeing Louis and I think we see the social media so much and we think so much of it.
That's normal.
It's not like it's not.
Well, with social media, as like obviously like Chiz and us, for example, money makes money. So when you start showing you got money, you make more money. and that's because perception is so valuable. So the problem with that, especially like being in like events for something for Chiz or even for yourself, like when you start traveling and go on holiday. The average person is seeing that and think, "Raw, these guys are
they aspire to be
mash." But when they speak to you, just like, "No, it's not like that, bro. I still do Uber." Like, why are people still shocked Jesus does Uber?
It's proper. It's proper way.
I think because people see
perception.
No, I think what it is people. The moment you're on a platform, this is the problem.
Yeah.
The moment you're on a platform and someone views and watches you.
Yeah.
Okay. Remember, YouTube now is the biggest TV.
Yeah.
Forget everything else. YouTube is the biggest TV platform, whatever you want to call it, because it can stream on the television.
Yeah.
So it might not be a TV network, but it's the biggest platform that people watch.
Yeah.
Okay. So now you're put on a platform, on a pedestal, so someone looks up to you.
Yeah.
Just because they're watching you and they assume that you're living a life that they can't attain to. And when people are envious of you, they're not envious of the work you've done. They're envious of what you've got.
And that's the thing. They're envious of the result and not the input. So that's what people focus on.
But because I think also people forget. All right, cool. Maybe now I've put myself in a position that I can afford to not do it. But the problem is, they forget that people like me who have lost before, in my head I'm like,
you don't want to lose again.
Yeah.
you get what I'm saying?
You can't lose again.
I can't lose again.
Yeah.
So my mind works on a basis of, alright, I've got that, but this is bread and butter.
Yeah.
And if I just live off this, that is always calm. You get what I'm saying?
What separates a man from a boy? And let's say we're not using age. Responsibilities.
Yeah.
So because we've got age and we need age for what a lady and a girl is. Because we need a woman and girl. We need to separate so we know that 18 is a cut-off point. You're now seen as an adult, so you can do certain things.
Yeah.
So someone could argue that 16-year-old is more mature than an 8-year-old, but let's stick to that.
Yeah.
So let's take away the age now.
Yeah.
What separates a boy from a man? You said responsibility.
Yeah, responsibility.
Because this guy said that he's 35 or 35k, and he said that he doesn't feel like he's a man. And people are like in the comments, no man, like as long as you
see,
you're still a man.
No, you know what?
He's a man, but the problem is, I saw one of the comments that said he's an average man, and in the nicest way possible, he is.
To bed, man.
No, because I would say for myself, like I'm not mashing any incredible levels. Like I don't bring in crazy money, but like I've got responsibilities. All my bills are paid. I do what I need to do.
Yeah.
you're a man. You're just an average man.
Yeah, you're paying all your bills.
Everything's dealt with.
And that's the thing. Like, you know how he said he felt broke. I'm like, no, you shouldn't feel broke because you know what it is.
He's got no debt.
There you go.
So he's a lot better off than a lot of people.
Exactly. And also, you shouldn't feel broke because you're being what an adult's meant to be.
His perspective.
There's man them who are broke based on lifestyle and they're not paying the bills you're paying.
Yeah.
They're living at their mom's house.
Yeah.
They're probably seeing as much money as you, or maybe more, but because they're trying to do the lifestyle thing week in, week out, they're in debt. So I'm like, he shouldn't feel like less of a man.
He's an average man.
Yeah.
But I guess when they say you separate the men from the boys, I think they use that comment to talk about men.
Yeah.
It's not saying separate a 25-year-old to a 13-year-old. They use it as a way to say that you're a boy if you can't do certain things. And I think the moment you're working full time and you sit there and you're like, I can't afford to start a family. I think that's where it's bugged him. When I spoke to him, he's like, Gabriel, I can't afford to start a family. He's a man.
But Gabriel, it goes back.
Can he afford to start a family?
No, you can.
I would say you can. I don't make too much more than him.
With £200 left?
No, but it goes back. It goes back.
I don't have £200 left in the door.
Exactly, because your living situation is different to his.
Yeah.
23 with 2 kids. One would argue and say that it's probably not the right time, and we always argue about when the right or wrong time to start a family is.
You know what is it? I don't think there's a right time.
I don't think there's a right time, but I would say this. By the time your kids are big kids, by the time you hit my age, you're done.
I'm done. I'm chilling.
You're chilling. You're not running around.
Yeah.
You're going to go through all of your financial problems now.
Exactly.
Because
I want to do it early.
It slows down.
That's what I'm saying. I wanted to do it early because I want to be able to run around my kids. That was important to me.
Also, do you know another good thing? I think what I realised with all the man them who had kids early, prime example, someone like Speedy. Even though we all thought we were mature because we was all getting money when we was younger, he always moved like, alright, this is lifestyle, this is my children. You get what I'm saying? He was very disciplined. This is savings, so at the end of holidays I could do this with my kids. On holidays I could. So he was already in that zone. Whereas us, it was like, 22, 23, 24. This is lifestyle.
Yeah, I think having kids.
This is mommy.
Having kids makes you more conservative because, like you said, you have responsibilities. Again, responsibilities you could say make you a man.
Yeah.
And I think with the money element,
I think you're right. Responsibilities. I think that's the key word.
With the money element, you could take on more responsibilities. So perhaps because he doesn't have any, like any dependents or anything, maybe that's why he's feeling how he's feeling. Because 35, you kind of want to have something to, like a child to kind of pour your attention, your time, your love into. Do you know what I mean?
But also in the comments, like in my comments, there were women like it goes back to you saying that average man thing. A lot of men get to a point where Instagram. They want the lifestyle babes and all that, and
you can't afford them.
Women, there you go.
Cool.
Women,
but that's
what the comment said. The comment said,
you can't afford them.
You want Mayfair babes on a 35k
salary.
Yeah,
it sounds mean, but
it's true. But that's the problem. We shouldn't be sat here like being so empathetic to the point where it's like you're mollycoddling grown men. You don't make enough money, bro, and you need to work harder or shush.
But you know the thing is,
that's what it is.
That's painful.
But cool. The most motivating thing you have as a man is pain. Whether it's pain of heartbreak, the pain of being broke, the pain of having and losing money, the pain of having all these things and people thinking you're the guy and losing it, the pain of not being the guy and being around people who do have and you're not stacking up. That's the biggest motivator as a man. Women, for example,
it crumbles certain man though.
Cool, but that's make or break.
Not every man's got the same mental tolerance.
That's make or break.
Is it a man's world? Is it actually a man's world?
How so? What do you mean by that?
When people say it's a man's world, people talk about how we talk about how women are, subjugated in this Western world. They say that this world favors men. Is this really a man's world?
I don't think it favors men because women are doing underwater welding and shit.
I don't we're struggling as men. I think if we want to be honest, okay, if you look at the things,
it's not favoured.
If you look here, when it comes to suicide, I always mention it. We kill ourselves 3 times more than women in the UK.
Yeah.
When you talk about incarceration rates for guys in prison, there are more men in prison than women. When you talk about the sentences that men get and women get for the same crimes, men get longer sentences. When you talk about schooling, boys fall on the wayside.
Yeah.
I just want to I'm just trying to figure out where this thing is.
Men are disposable.
Like, I'm just trying to figure out where we're winning. The fact, even put every other stat aside, the fact that we kill ourselves more than anybody else.
Yeah.
The new word is unalive. The fact that we unalive
yourself,
more than anybody else.
Yeah.
Where are we winning as men?
Only in sports.
Yeah.
No, seriously. Because even I was talking to one white guy the other day on the train, just random conversation, and he was a bit older than me. He's like, well, not older than me. He was like 70. Random white guy was sitting opposite each other on the table, going from Birmingham, and he was talking about even when women were not earning, like before Margaret Thatcher came in and disturbed everything, and it was good that she disturbed it. He said that first of all, we could support women on one wage. He said technology was what helped women in the workplace, as in the fact of machines and everything, because prior to that, women didn't do heavy labour. It was physical labour. He said women didn't want to do all of that physical labour. Like, all of this infrastructure that you're seeing now, you can call it patriarchy, call it misogyny, call it sexism. Women benefit off the back of it. Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong, there were negative sides for it, but you benefit, like all of this roads and infrastructure, these big buildings, everything you're seeing now. Yeah. And then he said that the rebuttal might be that the women were in the house looking after the kids and doing that. Fair enough, they did their part. Yeah. So it's technically a joint team effort. Yeah. However, the labour force of men who created everything you're seeing now, you benefit off the back of whatever you want to call it, patriarchy, whatever you want to call it. You benefit. Men did too. Yeah. And when we talk about this system and talk about men getting longer sentences and all of that, men being in prison more, we could argue and say that it's the men that made the rules. The majority of judges are men, so technically it's men doing it to men. You could argue, but I don't see where we're winning here.
I think in that transition where like women entered the workforce and stuff, is what we lost a lot of. There's a word for this specific skill set, but it's like home skills. So like, for example, sewing and stuff like that. Like, my mum can sew, my sister can sew because my mum, but then.
The generation after that,
there you go. You're toast, and it's like
a jumper. Cool. Even though they don't need to, they can't knit a jumper or fix a hole in the trousers.
But the thing is, you say that they don't need to, but for example, like home skills, like when you're a man, you're looking for a wife, for example. If she can't cook and do like certain things, like they come under that bracket. I don't know. But it's a life skill.
Men have lost it too.
Yeah, like what?
Because for instance, back in the day when all the stuff like hanging shelves, hanging doors, all the stuff that you used to have to learn how to do because you didn't want to pay a carpenter.
Yeah.
A lot of money hands-on.
I'll be honest, I'm not very hands-on.
I think the temperament of men's changed.
I'm not very hands-on. I'm not very DIY.
Yeah, but you're soft life. You can pay for it. IKEA.
I can do certain things, but generally speaking, I'm not the most domestic.
You do what's necessary, innit?
You know what? Yeah. So men and women have lost their home skill.
For sure. Bro, the world's changed, innit? Yeah, you can. But
true.
Everything I want to do, I just watch a YouTube thing.
I don't think you do. You go to YouTube. If you bought a desk tomorrow, you building it.
Do you know what? Sometimes I do it.
Be honest.
No, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I do it with my brother to sort of bond. So I put my brother and say, come round, and then we'll order food and like my wardrobe I fitted in my room when I moved in years ago. We did it together.
With him. See, that's cool. That's cool. So now he knows that's alright. Yeah,
so for bonding purposes, yes. Yeah. But I'm not the most.
On a normal day.
But the problem is that I'm not the most when it comes to things like. So I know my intellect skill. Yes. I'm not very when it comes to putting. If you give me a map of how to put a jigsaw together, I want me to do it. If you give me a map of how to build a wardrobe together, I'm not the best at building, so that's not my skill. Yeah. So that's why I won't do it. Yeah. I just can't figure it out. Whereas Chiz now might get the map within an hour. Wardrobe's built. Yeah. Everyone has different levels of intellect. Yeah. That's not my.
No, that's not your skill set. Yeah.
I don't find it fun because I struggle. Yeah. So everyone knows what they're good at, and I think it's because of my attention span. Like I can't focus on something.
But I like to think it's a case of if you needed it to be done, it will be done. Even if it might take you 5 hours, it might take you 10, but it'll get done.
But you know why?
Back to that. The only reason why I know how to do them things is because when my uncle was alive, I remember like little things like it's not even little things. Like let's say we had a new carpet came. He used to make us do it with him. Yeah. So we had to learn how to lay out the carpet ourselves and all of that. And, you know what I mean? So all these things came because of him. Yeah. But if he wasn't there,
that's important skill.
100% I wouldn't know how to do nothing. 100% wouldn't even do it. Because I was similar to you, where if I know that I could pay for it, I'm gonna pay for it. Yeah. But I do it just because I know I could.
But I think what's important with like the men and like what we're saying about changes and stuff is like the temperament of men is different. I feel like men are a lot softer now. That's my opinion.
Soft in what sense?
So soft in the sense of.
Gen Z lot. You don't know.
I don't want you to tarnish me with the same brush because it's not me. But cool.
You lot are flimsy.
People.
No.
But you say that. But I see a lot.
Stressed. A man said that. He's exhausted. I don't want to mention. I know he watches, but I'm not going to mention. But someone I know. I'm not going to mention what capacity. Yeah. One day he said to me that he was exhausted. I said, how do you? She's 23, I said.
Yeah, but you don't understand what it is to.
Exhausted.
Yeah.
You know what's mad?
23, you're exhausted.
23, yeah.
You've lived 20. When you lived to 23.
23. Man,
you've worked maybe 5 years of your life.
Man, used to go raving, yeah. Where's he, yeah?
I was getting angry again.
Wednesday to Sunday, yeah.
Yeah.
And go work.
Yeah.
All throughout the week. Calm.
I get that.
No. Calm. Like, I'm talking, you're getting home at 4 a.m. and you're up by latest 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
You've been work by 9. You'd firm it the whole day. You back out again.
We're raising pussy holes.
Like, we used to.
Cool. I'm glad you said it. I'm glad. There's a lot of pussy, but it's not just my generation. But like,
we're raising pussy holes.
Social media doesn't.
People don't want to graft and work, and I know it sounds bad that graft, man.
Tell that to the teacher. That's what I say. That's my approach to it. That's my approach to it.
When I was grafting, maybe 10, 15 years ago, there was money left over.
It amounted to more.
This is the problem now. Is that so maybe I should rephrase that, because there's nothing worse than grafting and you can't see what you're grafting for. So maybe let me take that back actually.
Yeah.
Because if I'm a 23, 24-year-old grafting and I've got nothing left from my graft, I'm going to be disheartened.
But I think the problem now is people want to do everything by themselves. I think before, like what you were saying, where on one salary you could have 2 families back in the day, bro. Like my dad had bare families, bro. It's crazy. But like now, it's not possible to do that. So I think group economics is important, and I feel like we live in an age now where if I was in school now and I kind of had, I never have the knowledge I have now, but I feel like things are more available. Like, for example, if you watch the channel, you might have stumbled across a few things you can do, like to make money. Like, I might be like, oh, let me do Uber Eats. I'm in sixth form.
The prime example.
You do that. Your brethren does that. All 6 of you do that. Now you might get one Airbnb. Leave that money in the company. Everyone works hard to get another one. So your money's not disappearing in your rent or your bills or food or whatever. Like, it stays around.
Even yesterday, Lynn May, she posted something
about the franchises. I wanted to say that.
And she was like, right, it goes back to what you're saying right now. If you had 5 friends who were on the same kind of mind frame as you, as she was talking about, let's say like a franchise that costs like 150.
Yeah.
She was like, you got 5 friends, go into the mind frame of
5 normal people. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Normal people working normal jobs.
Yeah, you go into the mind frame of, because she was talking about not everyone has to go into buying property. And she was explaining this like, she mentioned 2 white guys who owned 16 McDonald's each. Then she mentioned one black guy that had like 10 McDonald's.
Normal job again, and very normal guy.
They were just normal 9-to-5ers. Yeah. And she was like, the 2 guys who own 16 McDonald's each are turning over 40 mil a year. So she said, imagine now you got 5 friends decided they wanted a franchise. They all chipped in together. Then they got 1. Yeah. Then after they got 1, the money's going to turn over. Boom, 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 boom. So before you know it, each person has 1 each. Then from that, as a group now, you lot formed a group to grab franchises.
Some people would rather, this is the problem with a lot of
people. A lot of people want to run the race solo.
They'll rather have nothing than have 10%.
100% is 0.
Yeah. And that's the problem.
So is it a money problem that we're facing, or is it an arrogance problem?
No, it's an ego problem.
Yeah, it's arrogance, your ego.
But you know what it is,
as soon as you squash that, you can be lazy and you can be stupid. You can work a normal job. As long as there's 5 idiots with no ego.
But you can't be lazy and stupid together. No. There's a problem. If
you work a normal job, but it's ego, because you only have to have 1 smart guy in the group to say, all you 5 dickheads, we're gonna do this. Go work your normal job 40 hours. Everyone puts $1,000 a month in here. Live with your mums for a year. YouTube it. Oh, this is dickhead number 1 at McDonald's. This is dickhead number 2 at KFC. Do that for a year. That YouTube will make money because people want to see people doing it.
But I'll tell you another issue though, is that it's not everybody you can
bring on.
100%.
Like for instance, there's I'm not gonna say tons. At least maybe 4 or 5 people come to me. Yeah. Maybe every 3 or 4 months with some idea. Yeah. And I say to myself, I can't work with you. Yeah. And so you might look at me or look at someone. Some people just don't have it. And it sounds bad. Like, I remember I went to an event that Dean Forbes was talking at. Yeah. And I'm going to flip the scenario. And he was talking about, someone said to him, oh, would you invest in black businesses? And do you know what his answer was?
What was it?
He said, if you want me to invest in a business, that's only going to be there for the 3% of London. I'm not interested. But if you want me to support and give you the money, I can do that. It's not everybody that comes to you, everybody that wants investment, everybody that wants something that you can bring in. You might have friends and family. Some people just don't have it. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
some people are always late. Some people don't pick up their phones. Some people are not serious. Some people just don't have the work ethic. And then you want me to do
yeah, all the heavy lifting.
The reality is that, and it sounds bad. Some people just have to be on the wayside, and people have to work. Not everyone in Tesco's can be a manager.
I believe you can get value out of everyone.
You can be a very good shelf stacker.
You know what's crazy? Yeah, even going
that's
back.
That's your skill limit.
But
unfortunately, people don't have anything more than that.
And I understand that, but I think that.
But they need to make sure they're paying them enough so they can live. And the problem now is that shelf stacker cannot live off that wage.
Yeah, you're left in the lurch. But I think what I was saying, like, you had the group of 6 people. Only one of you has to be smart, and the other 5 have no ego. And you'll go far. And you'll go far. Because you can have 5 shelf stackers and the one guy that says, cool, we're going to start a warehouse distribution company. All you 5 idiots are going to sleep in the warehouse. And if they've got no ego and they do what they're told, cool.
But you know the problem
it's identifying good people. And I think that's a massively undervalued skill.
You know the problem with that as well, yeah? Where...
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh,
where it goes to ego.
Sorry, it's not mine.
Whoa! I thought it was a I've been drinking. I was like, whoa, buddy.
No, this is my personal one.
I was like, whoa, buddy.
Yeah. So you see the problem with it as well, yeah. What tends to happen is,
see lips and chisel. That's mad.
That's crazy.
That's
mad. That's basically if you drink the next man's drink, but in the club you'll drink from the next man's champagne, but you lips man.
Well, you never done that, huh?
No, and all you men that are homophobic, and then you're taking the next man's zoot, you've lipsed him.
Wow.
Just want to put that out there. I want to put it out there. You've tasted his lips. You know exactly what the Vaseline tastes like.
Yo, chill. You see, like, going back to
the ego thing. Yeah.
The problem with what we have now is that one person that could get the 5 on board here.
Yeah.
Again, ego. Most men don't want to do it, but when that one person that could get the 5 on board has gone the hard route and gone to the top where it needs to be.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to follow the line.
Yeah, by then
you don't
need the people.
You meet him at the finishing line.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy.
You don't need no one.
Well done, man. I want to cut that rope for you. Like, yeah, man. Hey, buddy.
Like, even the other day, one of the men them proposed something to me, and I was like, yeah, good work. Then after, I sat back and I thought about it. I wrote everything down on my notes, and I said,
don't make sense.
Yeah, I could do what you want.
Yeah.
All by myself.
Yeah.
Like, why do I need you?
So what's the value?
Yeah. Because I'm gonna be one doing all the legwork.
Yeah.
Then after doing all the legwork, it's like, now we split evens.
Yeah. Doesn't make sense.
Now I'm good. You know what I'm saying?
But
because for me, it would be a loss of my time.
But then
for no reason.
It would take him losing the ego to say, do you know what? Maybe I'm not providing as much value to this deal as you would. So I'll take 25%, or I'll take 20%. Can we still make it happen? There you go. Right. So now the idea is dead. So I think like the most important thing that I've kind of realized is that there's so many good ideas that could work, but there's not enough people to do them. There's not enough people to, because the execution is the bit that's always left. Like, everyone has great ideas. I could find anyone in the local pub that has a great idea that would genuinely generate money, but the execution would be poor because they don't have the knowledge, the resources, or the will to even see it through to the end.
Not everybody has it.
Cool. Even the other day,
we just have to accept that.
Did you see what Bashi said about? He was like, when they were talking about helping the kids and all that, and he goes, when you go out now, you see like man them in the drip and the champagne and all that, and he was like, imagine you just had a certain amount of man, 5,000 man, tipping like something like I think maybe like 5,000 man that we all know, like industry and man them doing their own thing, put it like $2,000 a year.
Yeah.
I just thought to myself, like, when he said that, I was thinking about the franchise thing.
Yeah.
So I was like, imagine everyone did $2,000 a year.
Yeah.
And a couple franchises opened. Then from those franchises now, you've employed a few youths. They're getting paid. But from those franchises now, you're raising money every year to just literally create things in the community.
Yeah.
So now you've turned that money into a business, and the money is making more money to deal with everything else. So you get what I'm saying?
On paper, these things can work. I don't want to sound very pessimistic.
It's great
unfortunately, the man them are going to go buy champs on the table.
The reality is not
I'm
everybody.
I'm going to sell you champagne still.
Yeah, not everybody.
I'm going to buy into your.
Yeah, not everybody's like this. And be honest,
it's the people, though.
Some people just going to be on the wayside, and also we have to accept that some people are actually genuinely happy where they are.
And that's great. And I think that's but they're not complaining.
That's the conversation we need to also have is that we need to stop sort of undermining people's positions and start demeaning them. Some people are actually happy with.
Not everyone wants to be a millionaire, and that's good. And I genuinely feel like those people have made it because
a lot of people just want to get by
because they're happy
and have good memories.
They're happy,
and that's enough for them. Some people
there you go.
just spending time with their family.
Yeah,
they don't need anything more. Some people are actually content.
Yeah,
it's not everybody who wants this silly champagne lifestyle that no one's really having. Like when you break down, you look at what the top people are earning. Let's even call it the 100k people. They're on about $5,000 a month. And I say this once again in the most politest way possible. You're not doing much with 5k a month. You think you're living a champagne lifestyle on 5k?
Oh no, not a champagne life.
You can live a good 100k and you're gonna buy a Ferrari and you're gonna be doing first class and you're not.
No, but that's absurd. But you can live a good life.
You live a decent life.
A comfortable life.
You live a decent life.
Yeah.
Because remember, with what is left over, it's not as much as people think. Obviously, the problem is that they call it stealth wealth. Okay. If you start earning more and start living like you're earning more, you're in problems. So if someone who's been living and renting a room, okay, and all their outgoings was maybe 1.5 a month. If they now increase their salary and let's say they was earning 2k, let's say they jump to 5k and he stays in that room, he's gonna enjoy the money. Yeah. The problem is that when you earn that 5k, you get out of that room.
Yeah.
You now get yourself a 2-bed.
Yeah.
You need a bit more space. You now get yourself a car.
Yeah.
You've now back in square one.
Yeah, you wrapped it. But they don't realise. Yeah.
That's the problem with it. And even with that 5k a month, let's just say you want to do fancy and live like the Joneses and put your kid in a private school. You want to do. There isn't that 5k in London. It isn't. You're not doing fantastic living. You're just still getting by with a bit more extra. People think that 100k is going to make you drive a Ferrari. Even on 200k, so 250k salary. So one of my mates works in EY. He was telling me about what some of the partners are earning and that. And some of them are on 250k. That's about 12 bags after tax and everything. 12k is now when you start scratching the surface of doing this G-Wagon lifestyle.
They don't have time.
That. Because they're family men. You're working all these hours. You don't even get to enjoy the money.
If I'm getting paid 250k at a place to be a partner, I don't have time. There's no way I've got time.
You don't.
And then it's a waste.
And also, remember this, he was telling me that these people are on call. So basically...
Yeah, so even when I'm at home, I'm not at home.
So if you've got partners in Tokyo, you've got partners in abroad. Yeah. If they email or ring you, they're paying you, you're being paid handsomely. Yeah. You have to answer your phone.
Yeah.
Straight away.
Even one of my aunts in this country, her husband's a doctor, okay? She said that in America, with the contract he's got, he's on call. So he can be at home at 3 a.m. If someone's having a heart problem or a heart issue in the hospital, he has to get out of his bed at 3 a.m. in the morning to go to the hospital.
Wait, quick question. Where do you keep on buying these ugly cases from?
Oh, you got another one? I didn't even notice.
That's a new one. It's very fresh. It holds my wallet, it holds my cards.
It's practical.
It holds everything in there. Yeah. And if I drop it like this, the screen doesn't crack.
Yeah, ugly case.
Practical mess.
It takes the pictures there.
Nothing fancy.
Yes,
does the job.
It's literally like a book. A phone book. It's literally a phone book.
You can't hold it like that.
That's how it takes pictures. No, I mean, they're tourists.
Yeah,
that's how it takes pictures. When we're out.
Yeah.
You might as well get a lanyard to put around your neck if you're going to do that.
No, it's a physical phone book.
That's embarrassing.
But yeah, some of these people on those salaries, it comes with a certain headache. And you've got to understand that.
You're a send out, but you're well paid.
Yeah, you're well paid. But even if you think about it, even like 12k is when obviously he's living a very good life at 12k. Very good life.
Yeah.
You know, but when you look at 100k, don't get me wrong, 100k is better than 30k, it's better than 40k.
Yeah.
But the idea that you're going to jump to 100k and now you can do this champagne lifestyle, it's far and few between. I know people at 100k and they're living a very average life. It's not no champagne lifestyle, unless you're, once again, it all depends on your outgoings as well. If you decide to live within your means, so let's say for instance you're earning 5k a month and all your outgoings are just maybe 1.5, and then you've got 3.5 grand left. If you've got 3.5 grand left to play with every month, you can play.
Yeah. Play very well.
You can play. It all depends what you've got left.
Fantastically well. Especially if you got a team of friends who are in similar.
Yeah, you can play well.
Yeah, that's what's important.
3.5 grand left. You can. Let's even say you save a grand.
Yeah.
You can play on 2.5k. Yeah. But then again, if you've got the mindset wanting to invest, then you're in problems, because now you want to invest maybe £500, £1,000 a month. Yeah. So now you've only got maybe £1 grand a month. But people don't really want to be rich. They just want to have a bit of fun.
Yeah.
People don't just can I have a bit of fun and not stress afterwards.
Yeah.
That's all it really is.
It's a lot of responsibility making money.
Yeah,
I don't think people realise that because that's to be managed.
And having to manage a lot of people under you as well.
Yeah.
And I was reading something where someone said that when you hit 70k, everything else is just a bonus.
I think Jordan Peterson said that.
Yeah,
I think something along the lines of once you hit, it's about 70k. Your quality of life doesn't actually improve.
You might get.
It's very minute.
You might get better stuff, but you're actually kind of sorted.
Yeah.
70k roughly is about maybe 3.5, 4k.
Yeah.
Maybe. I think for the average person who's living within their means, 3.5, 4k is it's enough.
So
it's enough. It's nothing.
Yeah.
All of your needs are met.
Yeah.
At 3.5k. Living in London, all your needs are met.
So you say with that now,
your needs are met.
Let's say if that guy, the 35, got to that now, then he starts dating. You think he'll be a lot happier now?
I don't think so.
But once they call it stealth wealth.
Yeah.
Everything is staying where you are.
Yeah.
The key is to stay where you are.
Yeah.
Don't go and start earning more and start expending more. The same way I don't expend more. I'm still driving my Clio. I don't expend more. I'm not going to go and buy a flashy whip. I still live in Croydon in a 2-bed. I haven't it's not yet time.
Yeah.
That's why I've still got disposable money around because I can go and do the most, but I won't have the money to do the things I enjoy.
Yeah.
Some people are earning drastically more and they can do that. So I'm not saying if you're doing it the wrong way. I'm not a financial advisor. But I said for me, I've not got to that point yet where I feel I'm earning enough to live like those people. I'm not there yet. I'm not there.
But you guys have a lot of awareness of that because in the sense of you'll make a lot of money to the point where if someone else made your money, for example, they would spend it on whatever, on going out, on women, on cars, clothes.
You have to be at a point where you've taken like a loss. That's what I'm going to get around to. Open your mind to where you need to be before you take a certain jump. You know what I mean?
So just to make it clear, for someone on 70k, in the UK, the take-home pay is 4,263. Yeah, and that's excluding including national insurance. So you might have pensions, student loans. So I think £4,000.
Yeah, he would be less than that. I think especially if you live down here.
I don't think you need more than that.
Because what was his rent? 1-2.
His rent was 1-2.
And what area?
That's what I didn't actually ask.
Because 1-2 is about this area.
Yeah, it's going to be somewhere in zone 4 or 5.
Yeah, it will be this area.
Yeah.
So he'll be comfortable. He'll be comfortable around here. And if he started dating someone and they lived together and she was making what he was making before.
Yeah.
Now you lot have got.
Yeah, 70 is enough.
You'll be alright.
Yeah, so you'll be alright.
70 is more than enough.
Combined on that 105, they're more than alright.
Yeah, 70 is more than enough. You don't need more than 70k.
They're great.
Yeah. They need more than 70k. Well, I would even argue and say even 50. You're hitting where you kind of need to be at 50.
But you see,
50k. Well, after tax.
But you see,
no, as in 50k.
But you know what?
50k salary.
You know what probably rattled him? It goes back to social media, where on social media, everyone will tell you they're not doing 50-50. But these times, their parents came here and were doing 50-50.
Go watch your own race.
Even your mom was doing 70-30.
You have to watch your own race.
50k is £3,200.
Yeah.
That's enough. And the thing about this, I'll tell you why. If you marry someone as you're meant to cohabit, we pair bond.
Yeah.
If you pair bond with somebody and she's earning 50, you're earning 50, and you're a team, 100k is enough.
Yeah.
Because I spoke to one of my married friends and I said, look, he's got 2 kids. I said, don't tell me what your salary is combined, but would you say that 100k is enough? Because 100k is definitely enough.
Yeah.
I've got 2 kids, so the 100k is enough.
Yeah.
They go on holiday regularly. He said 100k is enough. So the reality is that you need to pair bond with somebody. If he's doing 60k, you're doing 40k, or it's the other way around. Whatever it is, 100k combined is enough. Bearing in mind that our parents did it on less. And some parents are doing it on less now, but that's if you want to struggle.
Yeah.
He said to me he'd rather thrive than survive. That's his thing, is that he's not having any more kids, and this is enough for him.
You know what's mad? Yeah.
Like 2 is enough, and I think when you start doing 3 and 4, and you have to buy a space cruiser, then
you know what's crazy? Yeah? You see, like when it comes to jobs, and when like comments like the comment where the guy was like, I lost respect for you and that, a lot of people don't want to do certain jobs because of how it looks on them. So, for instance, years ago, one of my older cousins, like I got 3 cousins who work in TFL and they're all trained drivers. Yeah. So I got 3 cousins who work in TFL and they're trained drivers.
Yeah.
But one of my older cousins when it was easier, like this is a long time ago, to get into TFL, my cousin didn't want to do it because my cousin didn't want to wear a uniform. Fast forward now,
fucked it.
If the same job came up, my cousin would do that job.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That cousin has seen the lifestyle of the other ones and seen that they're on over 50 grand a year. I think they're on, I don't know what it's gone up to, but I know my bigger cousin who's been doing it for like over 15, he's nice now, innit?
Yeah.
And they're only allowed to work 35 hours. You're not allowed to be on the ground more than a certain amount of time.
Your mental health and all that, yeah.
So you're not allowed to be on the ground more than a certain amount of time. So he's doing well, and like you said, pair bonding. His wife is around the same as well. So they live in literally the scenario, two kids. And what my cousin did was, when he was still at home with us, and the first few years, my cousin saved every penny.
Yeah.
So, you know when you said, all friends living together? At the time when we was at home, I'm paying $250, my cousin paying $250, my other cousin paying $250. So all of us are all paying $250 towards the house upkeep. So I was doing lifestyle while he was saving, but there's an 8-year age gap. You get what I'm saying? So I'm like, at the time, 19, 20, you get me? So if I'm paying $250 and I know that I've got a bag 5, $2 grand left after, I'm the man. I'm going shopping all the time, boom, 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 boom. Fast forward now, I was just like, you smashed it. Because he literally, I think when he put his down payment, he lives in Essex. When he put his down payment, he banged out 150 in one lump straight away.
That's dope.
Yeah, and
he sacrificed.
His yard wasn't more than, I think it was like 250.
Yeah.
So he sacrificed.
He sacrificed for 2 years, you said.
Yeah.
So I think
no, for like 3 years.
I think a good motto to have in life is you can have what you want, you just can't have everything. At least not at the same time. So if you want to move out of London, or you want like a house, or you want a car, or what, you gotta sacrifice something now to have later.
Yeah, like even
that's the hard part. People don't want to go back to go forward.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, you're gonna have to go back to go forward.
Even the job before that, before the TFL one, it wasn't paying him great money, but that's where he started the saving from. So he started from that. Like he wasn't going out at all. I remember like when we used to go out, like I'm like, yeah, cuz you should come. My cousin never went no raving at all. He literally like didn't have no socials.
Yeah. He
stayed in the zone for like maybe 5-6 years. But I kind of get it, because you know what it is. He was born here. He moved to Nigeria when he was 5. So when he came back, like his mind state was like conditioned to, I've had it hard.
Yeah, he didn't want to go back.
He didn't want to lose everything. And at the point when he came back, his mom had just passed.
Yeah.
So like, imagine losing your mum at 21.
Yes.
Your mind state is like, right, I'm on my own, and he was the only child.
Yeah.
So he just.
Yeah.
And I didn't get why he was how he was until I lost my mum. I was like, oh shit, this is what it does to you. You become laser focused.
Yeah.
But he picked it up from the job. Like he just literally became a man straight away. He was like, okay, it's just me. Boom.
Because he became responsible for himself.
He became responsible for himself. Yeah. And when I see him all the time, I'm like, I'm proud of you, because he's got his 2 kids. You get me? He's a proper family man. He don't do too much. He's not, you get me?
Yeah.
Like his wife came to an event I did, and I said, right, where's your husband? She was like, right, you know him, man. He's just at home chilling. You don't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't really want to come out like that. Like he comes out time to time, but he's just.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to be stoic. You got to get to that point in life where you just shut yourself away from everything, and it's that hard discipline that some people don't want to go backwards.
A good 2-3 years could change your life.
You got to.
Even sometimes 6 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to.
You get me?
You got to know what to do.
Even when you look at fitness, for a lot of people, it's just 6 months.
Yeah.
Just dedicate 6 months. Watch what you eat and just do exercise for 30 minutes a day.
You've already got the frame.
That's it. Just 6 months. But sometimes people don't want to do the hard work, you know, and it's unfortunate. That some people are just going to fall on the wayside. Even just simple fitness, and I would say you cannot cheat fitness. As much as this started as a fitness program and it's channel, and it technically still is, you can't cheat fitness in the same way you can't cheat yourself. The only difference is that you can cheat your bank balance because no one can see it. Way that you've cut out this and you've done your calorie deficit. So you've said you've watched your food. You're gonna consume 2,500 calories and you're burning 3,000 calories every day. If you've done that for 6 months every day, Cheers, am I not right in saying that in 6 months when you see Wes?
Yeah, you see
you'll be a different person.
Different.
Like
you can't cheat fitness.
Like you see the 100-day challenge of walking 30 minutes or doing some sort of cardio, 30 minutes minimum. So there was a guy I know, like he plays basketball. He just completed day 200 today. So basketball was part of his fitness routine, and he was like complaining for years. And like every time on the story, I need to do that. And I said to him, just grab one of these little bikes, like in your yard, and just do 30 minutes every day. And if you want to do a change, just go to the gym.
Yeah.
Fast forward today, like he tagged me in a post, and he said doing this challenge showed him that we make a lot of excuses.
Yeah.
In everything in life. And then he goes, I used to say, I haven't got time, but you realise after I got to a routine of finding 30 minutes for myself every day, that it became addictive. So fast forward, he goes, before he went on holiday, like he was still doing when he was on holiday, he said before he went on holiday, he'd lost 21 kilos. But now after the...
Whoa, that's a lot of weight, boy.
Yeah, after the 200 days, he's lost 17 because when he was on holiday, he was drinking and eating, and he came out of the, you know what I mean, normal routine. But he goes, the difference now, 17 kilos of your body, I said, you must feel and look totally different. He's like, bro, it's a huge difference. And I said to him, look at the timing when I said to everyone to start it. I said, if you started, I started September, and obviously I stopped after 210 when I got injured. But I said, if you started September 11th when I started, in about a week and a bit, it will be about 250. You know what I mean? So I said, if he done 250 in a row, he would have been at the look he wants, because there's another guy who I used to train, he started in November, and if you see the transformation of how he looked when he started to now, it's a madness. And when I reposted the other guy, he started laughing. He said, oh, when what did he say? He said, you see number 2, yeah? So number 2 comment was, if you want to get something done, you make time for it. Most of us have at least 30 minutes a day where time is wasted. That's enough time to start a life-changing habit.
Yeah, it's
there
true.
He goes, you see number 2, yeah? I laugh when most of my guys tell me that they're busy, especially as most of them don't even have kids. Can't wait till I'm done. Gonna be body shaming everyone under 30. So this one who said he's gonna be body shaming everyone under 30, he's got 2 kids.
Okay.
But if you see like the difference, it's mad, because he lost. I tagged him in a post that he sent me. He lost between 16th November to 12th April. He lost 15 kilos. So that was in that time.
That's good business.
Yeah, that was about I think like 150 days in.
Yeah.
So now at 200, when he hits 200, he's gonna send me the difference as well. And I said to people, it's the simplest things. Yeah. Like with the training thing, when people are always like, how do you not go gym? I said, it's simple. Yesterday I went to train, having not trained properly in time. After 1 hour I was out. Yeah. You get me? My thing is, if I'm able to do 1 hour consistently and maintain it's enough, because the reason why I got injured was because I was doing 10 hours in the car consistently. And my physio and osteo said to me, if it wasn't for gym, I would have felt it sooner. Okay. So basically, the injury there, it's a QL, it affected there and there. Like from there, connected to my quad. They were saying that the strain was a grade 2, but I'd probably been, for like maybe months, had a grade 1 tear. But because I'm so physically strong, I didn't realise that I was injured. You get me? So until it literally took me out, they were like, yeah, that's why it's taking longer to recover, because you're already injured from time. But you didn't know, you know what I mean?
How many hours would you say you could work before you burn out in a week? Like, because you mentioned that woman worked like 100 and however many hours?
That's 15 hours she's doing.
15 hours.
15 hours a day, yeah. So how many hours in a week could you say you could work before you're burning out? So in a month?
I've done, in the past, I've done 70-hour weeks.
70. Would you say that's a lot, or is that like, are you redlining? Okay.
70 a lot.
Yeah, it is.
Because I think what's important.
That's 10-hour days.
Yeah. Because I think what's important for you lot is
that's 10-hour days of just staying in that zone. Actually, I've done worse in 2012.
I think the burnout happens when you're not enjoying it.
I've done worse in 2012.
Because let's say I was getting paid to podcast.
Yeah.
I could do this for 10 hours.
Yeah.
If this is my job, and then say someone leaves and half an hour gate break, someone else comes in, another 2 hours, I can do this for 10 hours.
They're just talking.
Okay.
I think it depends. If you don't enjoy what you're doing,
yeah,
that's when the burnout kicks in, I think. If you enjoy it, I don't see it as.
Actually, Olympic year, I did. I was working 8 a.m. to 10 p.m.
God,
Watches of Switzerland, doing security, and then I was doing Sunday market from 8 till 4 p.m. and I was doing nightclub work on Friday, Saturday. So after I'd finish a shift at 10, I'll go down the road, sleep for like half hour, get up and work till 4 a.m. Then I'll go back to work in the morning, then go straight to the club till 4 a.m. Then from the club, go home, sleep like 2.5 hours. From there, go to Sunday shift, 8 till 4.
How sustainable is that? How long could you continue that?
It's not.
Before you get ill or...
It's not. I was sick all the time. And it was summer. So it was summertime and I was going work sick.
But once again though, I think it depends what you're doing. So if you're on your feet...
Because I was going to ask you as well.
15 hours.
I was on my feet.
It's going to put a strain on your... Like for instance, my aunt who's in this country now, she's a nurse.
Yeah.
And she's now got some issue with her foot. So she has to wear like an insole and wear raised feet because she's been on her feet for almost 15, 20 years being a nurse for like 13, 14 hours.
Yeah.
So it does take a toll on your body. But once again, it depends what you're doing.
Because I was going to ask you, when you was in Birmingham setting up your venue there and you was doing overtime...
I was doing 90, 100 hour weeks, but it wasn't always on my feet.
Okay.
So for instance, I might wake up at 8 o'clock and reply to emails, answering phones because I was the HR delivery man, I was everything.
Okay.
So therefore I was constantly working. So I did burn out, but when you're being compensated for your burnout, it helps.
Yeah.
The difference is you could burn out and you're only getting paid maybe 2.5.
Yeah.
Or you could burn out and be getting paid maybe 7.5.
Yeah.
It's you're still working the same hours as that other person. But,
feels better.
But you feel better. Do you know what I mean? And that's the thing about burning out is it depends what you're being paid. The same CEO who's getting paid 250k. Yeah, he's burning out in the same way someone who's working 60 hours in Tesco is burning out, but he's getting 12k a month. The person in Tesco is maybe getting 2.5 a month.
Is it the same sort of time input? So for the venue you had in Birmingham against the one you've got in the West End now, I believe it is. Is it the same time input? Are you putting in the same sort of hours?
No,
or?
because you learn little by little, and also I've got a bit more disposable cash to pay for things.
Okay.
I think the problem is that, and that's why
you couldn't delegate back then.
I couldn't, and that's the key about scaling is that the key is when you're going to start a business, the first one, you're going to be everything. You're going to lose your life.
Yeah.
The key is to get the second.
Okay.
The key is always to scale up. The moment, say you've got one business, and that one business is making you 5k a month. You know that if you pull yourself away from there, you might only make 2.5, which is not enough. But now you've got 2 making you 5. So now you can pull yourself away and get 2.5.
Yeah.
So now you've got a bit more time. You open the next one. It's making you 5, but you put someone in there. That's now 2.5. So you got 7 grand. No, 7.5 grand. So the key is the first one is the killer. The moment and that's a called compound. And the moment you can get that first one up and running, and you've saved enough to open the second, you have to. In what I do anyway, you've got to open the second.
So the first one's more difficult than the second one.
Yeah. The moment you open the second one, it's a bit like anything. It's like when someone has a line or someone has let's say for instance you've got you're doing Uber, and let's say you've got the car, and let's say you now find a driver to do the Uber. Your wage might drop from 4k a month to maybe 2k a month, but then you've now saved enough to get another car. So you now put 2 cars on the street. So you're now getting 2 and 2. You're now getting your 4k back.
Yeah. Okay.
The key is that the whole key is always to compound, to be able to get the second one. Yeah. And that's where you got the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth. It spirals out of control. The same way you were talking about the franchises. Yeah. You might have the first one where you might not be seeing much, but you have to close your eyes. The key is closing your eyes and getting the next one. People just can't. Yeah. You start earning that money and you want to start doing lifestyle. Yeah. It's not about that. Because the people who are doing lifestyle for don't care. Your family know what you're doing. Your family and friends care about you, and they know what's really going on. It's everybody else you're trying to do the show for that is the problem. In the same way, okay, would you say that it's possible for you to squander £15 a day without knowing?
Yeah,
easily. Now, I was saying this to the 34-year-old, 35-year-old. Do you know what £15 a day is over the course of a year?
No, what is that?
£5,400 roughly.
Okay.
See, £15 a day.
Yeah. Could
save you $5,400. Just make sure I've got the maths right. For these people come in the comments and start telling me rubbish. I'm sure it's 5,400. 15 times 365. 5,475. Yeah. From £15, just being disciplined and maybe doing a packed lunch instead of maybe eating with all the lads at work. And
£15, maybe not going to. Obviously, you've got to socialise. Don't live like in your dark room in the basement. So you've got to do things to make you happy. But £15 a day that you don't even realise where it's gone. That's £5,475 a year. In 5 years, you've saved over 25 grand to do something. But it's that, even if you just want to save 10k, it just takes you 2 years. You could do something with that. Just saving £15, somehow reducing your outgoing somewhere of £15 a day is £5,475. Just that. And that's the difficult part of trying to negotiate. And I think financial literacy is something that everyone needs to be taught in school.
Yeah.
How to budget. And just being disciplined. And they call it stealth wealth. The moment you start making more, you start doing more. And that's where it just ruins everything. What's the point then? Because when they call something the rat race to me is not a 9 to 5. The rat race is chasing your tail. Yeah. It's not a 9 to 5. You can be self-employed and be in a rat race. Yeah. It's that constant wheel of like you're chasing something that doesn't exist. What are you chasing? No one cares. I think the reality is this. Nobody. Like, see when a guy walks into a club here wearing Gucci and Louis, you know what he thinks that it's going to be like when the manager wins the Champions League and everyone's hey buddy, hey, you got a Louis jacket, and hey, no one cares. And even if they do care, they care for that moment, just the time. You're leaving the club now. Yeah. Like you've driven past somebody. Whoa, that 2 seconds you drove your car that you can't afford to drive past. It's gone. No one cares. Yeah. The car went past. Oh my God, you see that car? Okay, yeah, it's gone now. Yeah. The reality is nobody actually cares.
You go post that Louis on Instagram. After you post it twice, everyone's like, right, that's the only Louis you got. Yeah. So now they start.
Now you're broke.
Yeah, now they start cussing you for that.
Yeah.
Nobody cares, and this is the problem, is that I think for a lot of us men, and this is the reality, is that let me talk for me. Yeah. A lot of the stuff that we do, not that you can put it in a percentage, the vast majority of it's for women. And that's why that guy's saying, look, I can't rent a room and not drive. I need to pick one poison. It's either I drive and rent a room, or I live by myself and don't drive. And we could sit there and say he shouldn't think about and care about. And don't get me wrong, there are guys who are signing on, who are getting girls.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Yeah.
It all depends on your ego and your dignity. Yeah. So, for instance, I always say, where are these women that buy guys Rolexes on finance and take cars out for guys on loans? I don't know where you are. And maybe I wouldn't accept it anyway, but where are these girls that do this? Like, come and find me.
What's the name? Prince. Come to me.
Come and find me. Like, I don't know where these women are. I mean, see, my dignity wouldn't allow it. And that's just me. If you guys do it, that's cool for you. You get out of your hole. Like, wherever, see, people do what's best for them. If you're in a situation, you got to get out of your hole and you got to find a girl to get you a car on finance so that you can drive around. Everyone does what they do to make their life more better.
I saw a meme, yeah.
Go on.
And the meme, it was on one of these girl meme pages, and it said, when your man don't drive and you're the one who picks him up. So you know the steering wheel was usually the man that hand on the steering wheel, the Rolex in the hand, and hand on the fire. It was the reverse.
It's
I was just like, right, you're taking liberties. So when your girl drives, her hands on the wheel, the hands on your fire.
But it's your dignity. Everyone has dignity, and there's so much dignity in working and doing something for yourself. Like, and I always say that, for instance, when I was talking to one of my older friends, an accountant, he's saying that he only gives these kids a little bit because they need to know their dignity and what it's like to work, because you can value it. People don't tend to value it. And he goes, also, a lot of these entrepreneurs and people who make it, they always tend to come from a certain background, because there's a fire in your belly that you have when you've got to get out. He said that he could leave his kids everything, give them everything. He says no.
They won't have the fear to run away from. Like what Chiso was saying about losing, or like even yourself, like you've lost money, right? So when there you go. So you're running from something, but you're also running towards something. So a lot of people only have something to run towards. They don't have the trauma or the fear of like going back to zero again or something. And also,
he said something which I almost didn't like, but I get it. He goes, Gabriel, I've worked hard all my life. Yeah. What, to just not enjoy it and just give everything to my kids? He said, no, you know what I'm going to do? He said, I'm going to give them something. He said, look, you look at this setup, you work all your life, only to get to 65 or 72, whatever the age is. You're old now. He said, you can't enjoy it. He said, I'm enjoying my life now. He said, I'm going to leave my kids something. He said, I'm enjoying my life. He said, I'm going to give them all of the necessary tools for them to make something of themselves. If they don't make anything of themselves, I'm not just going to give it to them. He said, no. He said that even when he's writing these wills, certain things are going to be in place as like markers. Have they done this? If not, no. You're not just going to live off my hard work.
It sounds like James St. Patrick.
He said, no, I'm going to put he said, I'm going to put the foundations in place. I'm going to give them something.
Yeah.
But you're going to graft. You're not just going to get a handout. I didn't get a handout. I go, but isn't the whole point to make our kids' lives easier? I said, yeah, but not to the point where they don't value anything.
I don't think giving them money makes it easier.
Well,
I feel like the skills are more important.
yes, and I think knowing...
Giving them a leg up to be like, here's a little something to get you going.
Yeah, I think, you put them in
but...
education, you put them in the best schools,
stuff like that.
You put them in a nice environment, you give them enough of a head start. He said, I'm not working this hard for me to enjoy it when I'm 17. I'm enjoying now.
Yeah, I get that.
He said, I'm enjoying the fruits of my labour now. He said, when you think about it, you're working hard, you're going to die and leave everything for everybody else.
Yeah.
He said, no. I'm leaving some stuff for me now while I'm alive. I sat there like,
No, that's true.
I get it. You don't have, this is not a rehearsal. And I think, I was reading a quote today. I was watching one podcast. Reading one quote today, and the quote said, let me read it now. It said, photos. It said, every man has two lives. The second begins when he realizes every man has two lives. The second begins when he realizes he only has one.
Yeah.
Everyone has two lives. The second begins when he realizes he only has one. That day you wake up and realize that, right, this is not a rehearsal.
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to respawn like this. And I think even the younger guys, I wish they just realised that you don't have two chances. Like, when someone's pulling out a zombie on you, and someone said, why did you run? Why did I run? I ran because I don't want to die.
Yeah.
Why are you running?
You see that whole, why did you... Right, you see the knife?
Yeah.
Like, I'm running. Like, what do you mean, like, oh, you're a pussy? Yeah, I'm a pussy for running. It's a knife. I can't. I'm not Wolverine. Like, all you young
That's
boys,
X-Men 97.
like, all you young boys, listen. If something happens, run. Let them rap about you. Run. You're alive. You're alive. All your boys are just gonna do is they're just gonna do t-shirts and go fund me accounts for you. They're not even gonna give your mum peas.
Oh my god!
So please run.
I saw the most reckless tweet the other day.
Run.
About
Don't become a t-shirt. Run if you see a zombie knife. Run from beef.
About the GoFundMe.
Bruv.
I saw the most reckless tweet about it.
Man, run, you're a pussy. Why did you run? Run. 10 toes it. Or is it 10 or is it 8? Whatever toes it's called. 10 toes. 10 toes, please. Run. You're going to live another day. Let them rap about you. You're alive. You're alive. And some of your mums can't even afford to bury you.
GoFundMe.
They ain't got the money to stop it. I know it's easier said than done, but my guy, run. Even if you can't stop the beat, just run. Run.
You know what would make the government take knife crime serious?
Life insurance.
Yeah, if all the drillers got life insurance.
But they won't, so...
Literally.
That's it.
Yeah, life insurance will help.
If all the drillers got life insurance,
yeah,
government will take this knife crime thing more serious because they'll be like...
Because they've been losing money.
We're
they're all linked up. Yeah. No, that's an idea. Put life insurance on your children.
You're gonna be like,
so if they do get chefed up,
yeah,
it's bad, man.
It's bad. But literally, if everyone's just paying whatever it is...
The world is bad, man.
The world is bad.
The world is bad. I don't like everyone assuming that everyone should live like a nice, great life because the world's never been better than it is now.
What's happening in Raza and Alistan, yeah? Look at Raza and Alistan. Yeah. That's in 2024. In 2024, we see what's happening in our eyes.
Yeah.
Where they're in Raza, they're basically just bombing the whole place.
It's the same.
They've taken our hospitals out. They cut off electric and water. This is in 2024.
Yeah.
Have you seen there's the Instagram page Eyes on Alistan there, and it's got like millions of followers, but they censor it, so it doesn't come up on your feed like that. You have to literally always search it, and when I go through it like once a week, I'm just like, oh my.
Money
God.
makes
like,
the world go around, bro.
You can't even.
The world ain't nice.
You can't even like.
The world is not nice.
You can't like. It's made us so desensitized that I can't watch that shit daily.
Yeah, because it bothers you.
Yeah, it bothers you.
I saw
it
like
bothers you because you want to do something but you can't do nothing.
Yeah.
You're helpless.
What's going on there?
You're helpless.
Yeah, and I think it's sad, but I think the reality is, as Wes said, the world is not a nice place. It's never been a nice place. Yeah.
If you want to, did you see Congo the other day?
Oh yeah, the Congo's.
There's so many places we don't even know about where nonsense is happening, bro.
Yeah, I think even if you want to go with the Bible, if you see that as a literal or see it as real or whatever, just look at Cain and Abel. Like, Cain killed his brother. Like from the beginning, it's been effed up.
Yeah.
If you want to go back to that, if you want to believe in Adam and Eve's story, don't eat the fruit. She started showing her bunda, and he's like, apples, apples. So the world's effed.
The world is finished. Man.
So let's just accept that, you have to just try to manage the misery and have as much great memories as possible. And that's why when I'm out with my friends now, I like to take as many pictures as possible.
Yeah.
Like, don't look at me like I'm begging it. No, I want to take a picture of you because when anything goes wrong or goes pear-shaped, all I've got is my pictures of you. So remember, if I don't have any pictures of you, I don't have any memories apart from the ones in my head. I want visual representations of what's going on. You know, like as I said, one of my mates passed away not too long ago. And as people always pass away, you always get that point where you're like, oh, I'm gonna live my life again. I want to make sure that, you know.
Yeah, for about 5 minutes.
Yeah, and you revert back to type. But no, you don't have a rehearsal of this.
Yeah.
Like this pain, and life is painful.
Yeah.
And I think one thing I need to mention is that don't think the pain goes away when you start a better quality of life.
It never goes.
The pain, whatever pain you're going through, whatever pain is in life is going to be, and you could probably even multiply. Like pain and misery is not going anywhere. Like I just want to make that clear. Like every person I know in whatever realm of, they're all stressed, and I'd rather be stressed with a bit more comfort than discomfort. Yeah. That's the only difference. And I think for the young boys of the watching this, I think one day we need to do an episode on why people are moving out of their parents' homes so early, because this is what's really messing a lot of things up.
They didn't forget. Let's be honest.
Yeah, if you're a guy.
But sometimes you don't get on with your mum or dad. Sometimes you don't get on.
I would say that's a minuscule.
I was given a curfew at
percentage.
21, 22, and I was like, what's going on here? Like, sometimes you don't get on. My mum was strict.
I get that.
Very, very strict.
I get that.
And I get it, but there was no route. Like, I shouldn't have had to have moved out.
People shouldn't be moving out.
Do you want to hear the joke about moving out? So, when I moved here 6 years ago, I remember I've come back from holiday.
You moved to the UK?
No, I'm saying.
I
remember I've come back from holiday, and then the question of you just come in and out the house like it's a hotel. Where you going next? Then also the joke of this is why you're not getting married soon. And I remember saying, right, when I was like early 20s, and I'm trying to date and I want to bring someone round.
Wouldn't allow it. Now you're saying you're not getting married.
This girl better get out of my house by this time. So it's like complaining. So now I can't bring no one around. But now I can bring someone around. Yeah. But now you're complaining about me going in the house. I said, you know what? They're
moving the goalposts,
place, man.
But there's a difference though. There's another thing though, is that would you go as far as saying that your life catapulted better when you moved out?
Yeah.
Because that's another thing. That fire under your bum, when you're like, wow, okay, I've got rent to pay now. I've got to make sure. No, there's no cause for that. No.
Ain't no fire under my bum.
No,
baby, your bum.
Yeah, but sometimes the hardship does make you that person.
You need something to run away from.
The first 2 years when I moved here, my money jumped.
Yeah.
I can't even lie.
You can't be a bum.
Because you can't be. Not saying you was a bum before, but you can't be. When you're here, you can't be a bum.
You can't say a bum.
It jumped drastically because I remember. So literally, I'd come out of uni just before a year before, innit? Because remember I went back to uni, innit? So in that year now, P started going up again. Because I had more time on my hand. Because uni taught me that, if you're able to put in all that time in there, if you're working for yourself, now you've got time to do something you actually, it's for you and not for, you know what I mean? Not for the accolades and that. So I was grafting, but I just remember coming back and I was like, I'm going on holiday. I said, no, I need to get out of this house, man. Then when I moved, that was May 2018, come back from holiday, my mind was open. I said, now time to step up. So literally working more, grafting hard with Lock Sundays. I was doing Laws of Attraction, Summer of Love, banging out excess amount of clients, banging out over.
What did he say?
You get what I'm saying?
I ain't saying anything.
I thought you said banging your clients.
Banging out client hours, banging out Uber. So I was grafting. You get me? So I was grafting. I was on it. I was proper on it. I felt more motivated.
Why did you go back to uni?
For my mum, man.
That's one thing that we.
Yeah, for my mum. You know what
did
is?
you study?
Sport exercise science.
So I guess it was kind of tied with PT.
It's tied with, but it was like.
And do you need that to be a PT?
No, not really.
You just need your level 3.
Yeah, you just need your level 3. But yeah, I did it for her bragging rights. She needed something to show off in it, so I didn't tell her until a year after, and she said, "Rah." So when I moved out, that's when I told her. She's like, "Wait, you got a degree? I said, yeah. She goes, why didn't you mention it? I said, because you lot hold it so high, and I don't value it to the level you lot value it. I think that you lot just want it to brag to friends.
I did 3 first years, I think I did. Just for
3 first years, and then you went back to do first year.
Just different courses.
And what was your first thing you studied?
I think I went in to do film production. No, I went in to do IT. I was doing IT computer science.
Okay,
then I left. I went to do film production at one uni. So I went LSBU, to one of the shiz, and then I went from there and I went to Ravensbourne.
Okay, you just decided that whatever career path you're going down, you don't need the university for it.
Yes, I don't think that the way I learn and the skills that I had are applicable to uni in that environment. I feel like it's a lot of theory and then you don't get enough out of it at the end of it. I wanted the student loan, so I enjoyed that for a bit whilst I had it. The network I got from going to the network I got from going to
real quick.
No, because I'm not going to pay it back, so it doesn't matter. But it's just free money. I'm not going to advise people to do it because but I saw a lane and I went for it because they changed all the plans now, innit? So yeah. So then but then the network I got from going to the 2 different unis and also just seeing different people.
How much do you have to earn before you start paying it back?
I think it's 20. They do it on like your weekly salary. So I think it's like £524 a week. Yeah, like
I was gonna
yeah. So so that and just going around because I feel like I benefit a lot from seeing the world because I'm a creative and like especially like business. I think seeing things helps me understand the world and understand what services I can provide to people. So there was that and then the network as well. And then I realized uni's a waste of time.
Depends what you're studying.
Depends if you're doing a STEM thing, you've been engineer, doctor, cool. But media studies and just studying drama to pretend, it's a waste.
Just go to drama school.
It's a waste.
In the second year, when I went back here, I was about to drop out after we had a career lesson where one of the careers people in the uni came, and I remember the year before, I nearly failed because I went on holiday. One of my exams. I can't even lie to you. I was so stressed out. That year I went on holiday. My teacher said, right, you just didn't care. I said, I'll come and do the retake in August and I'll pass it straight away.
Yeah.
So she said, right, you're not too bothered, are you? I said, mate, like at the time I was working clients 5:30 till I'd finish at 8:30 in the morning. Mm-hmm. So I'll train 8:30, sometimes 9:30, depending on how early I started. I'll finish my clients, then after that I would always leave at 4:30. So I'll tell the lecturers, I've seen the slides and everything. I'll catch up on it at home, so they will let me leave it early. Then I'll get back to the gym 5. Some days I'll work 5 to 10. Some days I'll work 5 to 9 if I went to train after. Like I'll do 5 to 10 if it was a client that was nearly as strong as me. Then I'll train with a client. So I remember doing like 45 hours of like my client base was strong, but I was always stressed, bro.
Yeah.
I was always just
stressed from what? From uni work?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Uni work was doing my head in, so it was like you're at home, you're hearing noise all the time. I'm doing uni, I'm working all the time. So I was working. And the joke thing, I was still on top of uni. I was still doing security.
Yeah, that's a
so
lot.
I was doing uni,
stuff, man.
Then I was doing security at a club Thursday, Friday, Saturday night, and I was doing Sunday at Vauxhall Market. So I was working every day at going uni, and P's was nice, proper nice. Then I remember like, my lecturer was like, "Right, what's motivating you?" I said to her, heartbreak.
Cool. So what did I say earlier?
I mean, they're serious.
Heartbreak.
I said to her, heartbreak.
Loss. Losing anything is the best motivator.
She goes, so what made you go uni? I said, right, I lost my girl. I had too much free time.
Yeah.
I was overthinking.
So you use that energy.
Then I said, right, I had to
something
think
productive.
fast. I was like, all right.
She's a real lover boy.
Yeah. I said, right.
I'm a visionary.
I realized how much free time I had all of a sudden. I said I needed to make it into something that would help me skill up. Everything just went brrr. It scaled up faster than expected.
Yeah.
Put it that way. It scaled up faster than expected. So, like, I'd gone from maybe training people for like 20 hours a week to like 45, 50 hours.
Yeah.
But I didn't expect it.
Yeah.
But I was just so on it.
Yeah.
And even when I was tired, I just kept on going because I didn't want to think.
Yeah.
So after a year came, it hit me. I was like, right, you're tired. Go on holiday.
Yeah.
Like you could make it back because first year in. So second year came and I scaled back and I stopped training as much people. And I remember my lecturer was like, oh, you look more relaxed. And I said, oh, I kind of figured something because the business person came in the first year as well, innit? And had the career talk again. And I remember the person saying to me, oh, you know, everyone remembers you from when you first went to the uni prior, like over 10 years ago. I said, no, I swear. She was like, yeah, you used to have the most litest parties. What happened? You just ghosted.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, snap.
Yeah.
I started doing parties again. Because I was like, if I'm going to lose this amount of money from scaling back, how am I going to make it back up?
How many years did you go to uni for? 3 or 4?
3.
So in 3 years, your degree wasn't even the best thing you took from university.
No.
And that's why I thought university is just stupid.
Uni taught me time management.
No, I think
it taught me the value of my time.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right. Time management, discipline.
Yeah.
No one's pushing you behind your back to tell you have to come in. So you have to start doing things for yourself. In secondary school, you got someone pushing you. College, you still kind of do. Uni, you're on your own, mate.
I don't think I'll be as good as being self-employed right now if it wasn't for uni.
So you learn soft skills.
Yeah. Pluses.
But would you not say the soft skills just come from responsibility of just getting older?
Yeah, but I think there's networking. It's just it kind of puts you in that frame of mind where, oh right, I'm an adult now. Like no one's pushing me to do this. When you're in secondary school and college, you got someone pushing you.
Yeah.
But I think what would help more is if people gave you the implications of what student loan is. That would probably push you more to make sure you study.
Yeah.
Because it's almost as if people don't even at 18 people don't grasp what a loan is.
Yeah.
They just think they've been given money to go and study. They don't actually take on what's going on.
Yeah.
If someone says to you, look, this is 28 grand, you're gonna have to pay back.
Yeah.
And when you get paid, you're gonna be losing £300 a month, or whatever it is from your salary.
Yeah.
You're gonna think twice before you don't go to uni or don't get this course right, unless you just don't care about the money.
But
because it doesn't affect your credit score, does it?
No.
Student loan.
No.
But it's just something. Once you start making money, it's gonna be coming out. So at some point,
you have to pay it back.
So you got £28,000 a lot. It's 9k now, isn't it? A year.
Yeah, 9k. Yeah.
28k is a lot of money.
That's just for the course. So then you got maintenance on top if you get maintenance.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
So I think people need to actually let people know what the implication of the student loan is.
But on the other side of that though, if I'm a car salesman and I'm selling you a car and it's a what's it when it's been written off?
Yeah, like a Cat D.
Yeah, if it's a Cat D or whatever, I'm not going to tell the person I'm selling it. Yeah, if it's salvage, I'm not going to tell.
But I think just education.
But the people, they're selling you something. Do you know what I mean? So there's no incentive for them to do that. It's on you to take the onus to go and like find out what uni is and stuff.
Yeah, but I bet no one really. And I was saying before that people need to know exactly if there's a demand for the actual subject they're going to study. Because you're going to, and it's sad because I wish that something like teaching, where we need teachers, I just wish that those jobs paid a lot more.
Yeah.
Because we need teachers, we need nurses, we need ambulances, we need those
they should be paid the most, but they're not.
Yeah.
Because the world is fucked and doesn't work out.
It's a shame. Because someone's going to jump into a building to save your life.
Yeah, it's paid 40 bags and he might call in sick that day and I'm dead.
That person needs to be paid a lot. Yeah. Someone who's a nurse who's administering your medication.
They should be on 6 figures. They should be on 6 figures.
Because you know what,
I think so. To risk your life. To risk your life, bro. Firefighters, 100%. 110%. I think firefighters and like people that put their lives on the line for other people should be paid 6 figures, 100%.
100%.
You'll risk your life.
So you saying firefighters, ambulance, police, or just saying firefighters?
I think firefighters specifically should be. I'm not sure about the other ones. I feel like they should be paid more.
Yeah, I think anyone who's saving someone's life, like a firefighter, someone who's jumping into the water, like I don't know, you know that you have those people that go in the boats and like let's just say anyone like that. Yes, I think. 100k.
But in those jobs, you're not paid in proportion to the value that you bring to society, and that's the problem. Whereas like I could be a project manager, sit on the beach and do fuck all managing.
But then again, you're then contradicting yourself because it's all about the value.
Yeah.
If that project you're doing is seen as great value,
but I would because and this is me being empathetic. I would never put a person's life and tie a monetary value to it. So if a building went down and 10 people died versus making 10 million on a project, do you know what I mean?
We're putting too much, and it's going to sound really bad. Put the end on this.
Putting too much into empathy.
We're putting too much value on life.
Cool. So,
do you know what the problem is?
I don't think.
People die on board every day.
All the time, yeah, for sure.
Like it's just a revolving door.
It's a cycle.
No one
100%.
like as bad as it sounds, we value life and we miss people.
Yeah. No one cares. That's the bottom line.
There is no
Every
value on
episode we've ever done, no one cares.
It goes
And
back
that's
to
why
what you're saying about the younger lot. Where it goes back to what you're saying about the younger lot, where they might be out here doing all this madness and all of this. By the time there was we're showing Chicago, and two people were meant to be ops were playing cards together, and people was in the comments.
Why are you friends now?
Yeah, why are you friends now? Them man been in jail over 9 years, so they've learned how to be mutually amicable to each other because they're gonna be there for like 50 plus. So they've realised that they can't be warring each other here, and everyone who they thought was their regents are not outside making sure that they're being well fed. They're just talking about back in the day when we used to roll with you. Then the other ones who are dead, no one's looking after their mumsy, and people are probably just going to visit them maybe like once every 5 years. Their grave, no one's doing. So the only person left with the pain is the people who are your immediate family. Everyone else, no one really cares because it's not their trauma to deal with.
And that's why I don't operate based on empathy, because
there's no value. Unfortunately, there is no value on life. You're just a commodity. Like you're part of the system. Like you have a birth certificate, they stamp you on there.
No one cares.
You're part of your property. And literally, you've died, no problem. Someone else.
Next.
So that's why I say, so something that's as important to life, right? So if you lost a family member, you're devastated, right? Even extended family. Well, even if someone died that you knew, that you saw at the shop every day, you're devastated. So when you're comparing stuff like that, and then you've got a teacher who's making 35 and he's really upset because he feels like he can't do a family, but he doesn't want to live in a room by himself. No, in a room with other people. Come on, man.
I tell you what it is, like in obviously in hindsight and everything, what he needs to do is very clear. There's other two things in life. You earn more.
And it's a decision, isn't it?
You learn more, or you reduce your outgoings. There's only two results for when someone has a problem with money. Earn more, or reduce your outgoings. But then there's a part of it where you want to keep your dignity. And that's the part where he's struggling with.
Can't be broke and have pride. That's the problem. Because for example, if let's say everything was a shit for someone who had money, right? And the only job they can get was cleaning toilets. They got a choice. Clean the toilets or you're done.
Yeah, but I think I think the struggle is we always give the best advice when we're not in it.
No, of course. But this is
we always give the best advice on the outside.
This is the advice that I give to myself. And that's why, because when I speak it, I understand that other people don't think how I think. Because I'm very, cutthroat. Like, either you get up or you don't. Like, do you want the money
in the comments, when I've read comments, everyone thinks that you're super.
Please do. Because
I had to catch up. I went back weeks, and I was like, whoa.
There was bare. They're still going on now. They come for phone. Yeah, they're still going on. But
I went back for weeks. I was like, I was just scrolling.
The way I wish the world is, it's not that way. Like I'm super, like, you know me from time, but I'm super empathetic to so many people's situations. But I can't give a lot of time to that because no one cares, bro. Do you know what I mean? But I care, but no one cares. Like, I can spend my whole life dedicated to one person, and that, in the grand scheme of things, it's so trivial what I'm doing. The only way for me to help them is to help myself.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
It's like even I rate Gabriel.
Sad, man.
I rate Gabriel because you do the mentor thing every Wednesday. I remember years ago, my school teacher was like, I should get into mentorship. Yeah. And I said to him, bro, like, I'll be honest with you, what you do as a teacher, I rate you. There's no money.
It's a massive burden.
Mentorship, there's no money. I said, it goes exactly what you're saying. Yeah. I need to be able to help myself to help you. You've
been in a classroom, you're not having enough impact on the world. So you have to go and do what the world requires.
So fast forward 3 years ago, what comes? YouTube. Yeah. Because I was like, how could you reach the same amount of people
with minimal
effort without really cutting into your day-to-day life? Because I'm like, me losing 2 hours of my week don't really affect me. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. And now doing the vlogs as well, that don't really affect me because that's going.
You're documenting your life versus creating something.
There you go.
It's different.
So I was like, if I was caught up in a classroom, or if I had to link up once a week and mentor people, that means I might lose.
I reckon you'd be depressed. You'd be depressed. I reckon.
Yeah.
I reckon it wouldn't. It wouldn't be long.
I'm gonna absorb everyone's energy.
Yeah, and he wouldn't train, and then
I'm gonna absorb everyone's energy. And I'm gonna be there thinking to myself, how can I help my man? How can I help my man? How can I? And it's just gonna dawn on me, and
it's
I'm
too
gonna
much because you want to help everyone, but you can't. But you genuinely can't. And it's bad that the solution is money. And
for most people, look. For most people, obviously your health is the most important thing. Yeah. Your emotional well-being, everything. All of that is.
Great, but you need money. That's it. That's it. So for the teacher, no one cares, bro. Work harder, or you don't have the bad bees that you want. You don't have the wife, don't have the missus, don't have the kids, don't have the you don't get it. And you're a man, so no one's gonna give it to you. If you're a girl, maybe you can cozy up to someone to get in their life, and then you get the Chanel badge, you get to fly out, do all that cool shit. Great. But if you're a man, bro,
funny things like all of this fancy stuff. I don't know why we thought it was for us.
it's not for us. It's for the bitches.
We can't afford it. Not even that. We can't afford it anyway. Or some people can.
Yeah.
But like, you gotta think of someone's salary. You're spending like almost like, let's say someone goes and buys a Louis bag or say a Louis trainers for like £800.
Yeah.
You spend £800, which is, let's say you're on the average salary of 2.5 after tax. You spend almost a quarter of your salary on trainers.
Do you own any Louis or Gucci?
I do.
I've never owned any, you know.
I haven't bought it in a while though.
I think the only thing I've ever owned is a pair of Gucci glasses. I've never owned any Louis or Gucci.
Yeah, but you've had lubes. I'm trying. What's this guy?
No, I haven't.
Fuck off,
bro. Wes,
Hey,
Wes, I'm not trying to play humble, you know.
Yeah.
Do not get twisted. I'm saying that because I'm rattled why I haven't owned it.
Yeah.
There's a difference.
Yeah.
You know I like the fancy trainers.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking in my head, right, why haven't I got a pair of?
Yeah.
Gabriel, don't get twisted, man. I wasn't trying to be humble with that. I'm baffled. I'm like, why haven't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, got any.
It's important to detach yourself from that though.
Huh?
Detach yourself from the lifestyle.
I have.
The thing is with you, it's difficult because you live in that world, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
like if you go out, if you go to one of the parties you're invited to, everyone's doing it.
Yeah.
Everyone's flexing, everyone, do you know what I mean?
I told you how it had an effect on the Raven.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah. Where if I show
Yeah.
a lot, it brings in more money.
And I think the separate between like yourself and like maybe some other like industry people and stuff is that if you go to your channel and see what you talk about, it's like real life. Like, do you know what I mean? Like you're saying like, don't get caught up in the fact that I might have had a Rolex last week, but if everything goes bad, I'm selling it. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? I'm not going out with a Rolex on with. You might not even see me at parties anymore if it's that bad. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if it's that good, you're not seeing me at parties.
There you go.
Wow.
Allow me, man.
Wow.
Hey, you know why I wore that? Hey, wait, bring it. Gabriel, you know why I wore that? Imagine, I forgot I had that, and I bumped, I forgot, bro. I totally forgot I had it. And then I bumped into a guy who watches the channel, Shout out Eddie still. I bumped into a guy, Eddie, who watches the channel, and he said to me, he goes, "Raw, he was having a really, really difficult time, similar to this guy." Then he goes, he remembers me talking about Uber and banging out Uber on top of everything. So he said he went, like he was finding it hard to get a car, like to save towards a car. Then eventually he went, he had his licensing done for Uber. Then he said 6 months now, he's got a Kia Niro, he's been banging out Uber, and he goes, "Rah, his life has changed." You get me? Because now he's making money, like things are changing. Then he said, a few years ago he saw me at an event, and he goes, he bumped into me in Zara like a year ago, and I was buying bits before I went out. Then he said, he saw me at an event, and he remembers me wearing that pink hoodie. And when I saw him that day, he was wearing a pink hoodie, and he said, he saw the pink Celine hoodie, and he thought, shit, that hoodie's fire. But he said he couldn't afford it. Yeah. And I said to him, it's jokes, because I said, the pink hoodie you're wearing now, I said, that's from Zara, isn't it? He goes, yeah. I said, I got the same one as well. He said, swear. Then I said, I said, I totally forgot I got the Celine hoodie. He said, oh, for real? I said, I got so much clothes that it goes out of my head what to wear. I'm so used to wearing all the time now. If you see in the channel or my vlogs, I'm wearing black all the time. I just keep on buying plain black.
Because you don't have to think about it.
Yeah.
Everything goes with everything.
Everything goes,
and you just go. Because when you're
said,
working all the time, it's the best thing.
So
best thing to do.
like black has become my uniform. So literally, I've got bare black hoodies, bare black t-shirts, and I keep on buying the same thing over and over again.
Like
so it might look like I'm wearing the same, but I've got loads of them wearing the same thing over and over again because it saves me thinking. So when he mentioned that, he was like, I like that hoodie. I was like, swear down. Then I started looking, I was like, oh snap, I got this. So I wore it out the same day because I had something to go to. So I was just like, you reminded me of what to wear. That's the only reason why. But bro, I ain't trying to play humble. Don't get twisted.
No, just what you trying to mention. I don't have Gucci.
Let me tell you this for free. Hey, Wes, face that camera just on me. I wouldn't even lie to you, The reason why I scaled down, I'm going to be honest to you. I scaled down here because the level of flashiness I want to be at is so high. I need to scale up. You get what I'm saying? There's no, you can't. The level of flashiness that I want to live, I can't be doing spend. I need to invest in myself.
Buy a boat and a plane. Because no one's buying a boat or a plane.
I want Air Drizzy's there, and I'm like, yo, Drake. I tell him, open the door. Man said, man saying like this, yo, you get me? Your plane looks nice still. Don't worry, maybe 5 years. I get that on my small plane for now, but yeah, the level of flashiness I want to be living at has to be. Yeah. I told you, like my uncle said to me, and yeah, this is like the motivation for me and my cousin. My uncle said to me, "Right, you can't talk to me until you're making 50 bags a month as your worst month." And when that's the level, that shit hit me and my cousin so hard. Like we've been motivated by not wanting to, like we feel like until we level up to a different kind of level, we can't afford to flex no more. We need to prove to him that you could have helped us get to that. Yeah. But it goes back to what you're saying about my man saying, about not spoiling the kids with too much. I'm like, maybe he's trying to teach us a lesson. Because he feels that, if you lot get to that amount of money now,
you don't even have to teach you anything.
No, but not even that. Not even only that. Like, he might be, alright, now he's seen you've got to that amount of money. Yeah. I could now bring you into contracts that's going to make you go to
3, 4, 5.
You get what I'm saying? 5x that. So he's trying to see whether we're up to the challenge, basically. Yeah. So I said to my cousin, I said, right, until we're able to prove to him that we're that guy, we're not going to be able to get to. Because I know the moment, let's say like, I say to him, alright, this is what I'm making now. And he says, yeah. Then I need this. He'll be able to say, it's a phone call away. Yeah. But I have to. I ain't got no choice. Yeah. And I'm like, it's annoying because I know he's the plug to
everything. The world. Bro. Some people have the keys to the
world. No. Like for me, he's the plug to a lot. But I can't until... basically, I have to be on what he deems as respectable playing field. You get what I'm saying? Like, so I'm just like, bite my tongue until one day. What's gonna happen?
Okay.
Then when man gets there, that's when EFCC in Nigeria could, you know, when you throw, they said you're abusing Naira if you throw. Yeah. So EFCC will see me in Nigerian parties. I'm like, I'm throwing dollars. I'm not throwing Naira. I'm not abusing our money. Bro, you know you could go to jail for that.
What, for throwing Naira on the floor?
Naira, yeah.
Is that not what you lot do at your weddings? When it's traditional weddings?
Yeah.
But you can go to jail for it?
Yeah, no, apparently you're abusing the Naira.
Oh man.
So you change your money to dollars and do it that way. I hope you like this episode. Remember again, 25th, free party, 2254. Boom.